All right, we're in business. You may have to go into the thumbnail on YouTube because it's going to be a different YouTube thumbnail because I had to reset the stream key, but we should be cooking with fire. Look at that. Mark McCee's finally live. I had to reset the stupid key. And I reset the key this morning too just to make sure it worked. And oh well, there we go. Hello, everybody. Check, check, check. Mic check. Can you hear me over there on TikTok? TikTok. If you can hear me, somebody type in a number 3 if you can hear me. Diesel Dan, can you hear me over there on TikTok just fine? Thank you, sir. YouTubes. Can you hear me over on the YouTubes? Type in a number 3 there, James, if you hear me. Fine. You know what I'm saying? All right, 3. James says we're good to go. Thank you, everybody. Sorry for the little mechanical dial function, but that's what happens when you put a boomer in front of technology. Even though this boomer's been around playing and building new computers since DOS 1.02, you know, just some of these softwares are just a little touchy. So it's all right. Good. We got it good. We're going to make money. We got in before the bell. And we'll see how this day turns out. All right. Glad you all could be here. Welcome to AmericanDreamTrading.com's free outreach here for discussing stock options, everything investing while we trade the market live in front of you. This is a free outreach of AmericanDreamTrading.com, and you can head over to that website, AmericanDreamTrading.com, for further information and membership pricing and availability. So check that out. And I am Mark McCee. I'm one of the moderators here at American Dream Trading, filling in for Coach today. I am not Coach, if this is your first time here. Coach is under the weather today, so we will keep him in your thoughts and prayers today. I'm trying to get over an illness myself. Don't know how long my voice is going to last. I may sound like a frog from time to time. You know, it's hard to say. You know, I may sound like different things here today. It's hard to say. You know, I may get different sounds coming out of me, you know. So that could happen later. You never know. So anyway, we're glad you could be here with us today. You know the routine. If this is your first time being with us, please click the like, subscribe, share buttons and notifications so that you do not miss any of our upcoming broadcasts. We are live here 3 times daily, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time with Coach. I am live with the Futures Education and Training Program from 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have the Aftermarket Show with our lovely and gracious and smooth, silky voice Dawn over on our YouTube channel, which is American Dream Trading. If you haven't gone over to our YouTube channel, over there you'll find for absolutely free over 2,000 trading videos that you can watch at your convenience. That's American Dream Trading channel over on YouTube. I would highly recommend that you go to the tab where all the videos are categorized by type and subject, and that you would start by taking a look at Coach's 2-minute EWO trading strategy. You will find that's a very effective strategy, and it will teach you a lot. So there's numerous videos there, all different kinds of things. We always recommend people start with that 2-minute EWO trading strategy. People want to scalp and get in and get out of trades. However, that's one of the hardest things to do and also the riskiest to your account. So we try to discourage you from doing that. I personally am a scalper. So that's like hypocrisy, right? That's what I do. But I didn't get to scalping until well over a year into my trading career. And this is my halfway through my 3rd year of trading here at American Dream Trading. Everything I know about day trading came from Coach. And I'm trying to figure out why in the world is my camera not showing up over there on... Oh, I know. I got to go over here and re-click this. All right, I got to fix this. All right. Hang on. I got to click another button because when I shut that down and restarted it, I didn't restart my virtual camera. There we go. Now we should. You can see my ugly mug over there on TikTok. So I'm going to keep talking. Hopefully I won't lose my voice completely because I got this one to do and another one at 2 o'clock. So we'll see what happens here. But everything I learned from Coach. Hopefully when I'm passing off what I learned to others, I am also passing on what Coach taught me as best as I know how. And we hope to do that here. This is just a taste of what we do at American Dream Trading. Memberships have their privileges. I'm not going to apologize for having paid members here at American Dream Trading. We offer training and trading starting at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday, and even on Saturdays. Of course, we don't trade on Saturdays unless you're in crypto. There's also Saturday training that you can attend if you have the appropriate membership levels. That would be Diamond or VIP Gold levels would get all that. VIP membership also starts training and trading at 4 a.m. Eastern Time daily. Premium membership, our entry-level membership, gets you in the door for about $125 a month if you chose to pay it that way. I mean, pay annually and save more money, obviously. That would get you live training and trading starting at 8:45 each and every morning, Monday through Friday, 8:45 through 4. So as you can see, the VIP and VIP Gold and Diamond members get those many additional hours of training and trading daily. Membership does have its privileges. Head over to AmericanDreamTrading.com and see what we have to offer. All those memberships will be listed. Thank you, everybody over there on YouTube. Thank you for them roses over there Troy sent and Chart and Soul sent. Good to see Gilly. Good morning, Gilly, and Michael B, and Groot, and Steel Toe, and Kate Antonio. Good to see all over there. Diesel Dan over there, and Dave S. If you got any questions, Diesel Dan's there to help navigate through. TikTok is one of our moderators. We do have James also sitting over in our YouTube moderating along with a whole bunch of our other moderators. So feel free to ask questions in there. We will try to do our best actually to answer your questions live as time allows. Now, obviously, we can't deep dive into a question per se. I mean, that's reserved for memberships, but we will answer your questions in relating to investing. I should point out that neither I nor anyone else associated with AmericanDreamTrading.com are licensed financial advisors, and as such, we cannot give you financial, investment, or tax advice at any time. This is for educational purposes only. Do not mimic or mirror anything that you may see on these broadcasts. Paid memberships, you do actually get the training and deep dive into all these things. You can get that in paid memberships at any different type of payment method and levels that you can afford over on our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com. So we're all glad you could be here today. Pretty quiet morning. Had a pretty good day last Friday. I know I did. I had a really good day. So we're here excited, ready to see what the market's going to give us today. We don't really, well, I shouldn't say we. I don't want to speak for everybody. I personally don't care whether the market goes up or whether the market goes down or even if the market goes sideways. Why is that? Well, because Coach has already educated us on how to trade the market when the market goes up. He's trained us how to make money when the market goes down. And he's trained us on how to make money when the market goes sideways. Those are all different trading techniques. Coach has multiples upon multiples of different trading strategies to be applied to each situation. So you can learn that all over here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. So anything you see here is really the tip of the iceberg. I mean, you're actually seeing the tip of the iceberg. So anyhow, we're glad you could be here today. Market will kick off here in about 8-9 minutes. So one of the things we recommend here is that if you're an inexperienced trader, that you stay out of the market altogether for the first half hour. That is the most volatile time of the day, especially the first 10 to 15 minutes of market open. It's a good way to destroy your account in a matter of seconds. So if you're not an experienced trader, wait till around 10. The market will kind of settle down. It might even pick a direction. It just depends on what's going on. We do have some economic news coming out this morning at shift change at 10 o'clock. It's just factory orders and some auto sales things, but nothing that the factory orders, yeah, it might show something. It might move the market a little bit. It's also at shift change when more volume comes in there anyway. There's a change. I should say not more. There's a change of volume. And it can go up or down. So if you're an inexperienced trader, you never trade in the first half hour of the day, nor in the last half hour of the day. Those are the two most volatile periods of the day. Sit on your hands and watch and learn. If you feel that you would like to participate in that, you could also paper trade. You risk nothing with your paper trading account, right? It's a simulated account. You can still enter a trade in real time and get out of a trade in real time. And that can be practiced once you kind of know what you're doing a little bit. So we always recommend, matter of fact, we always suggest when you join American Dream Trading that you do not even fund an account. Why? Well, because we believe in training more, trading less, right? This is not something you're going to learn overnight. That's our goal here at American Dream Trading, is to give you a skill that no one on the face of the earth can take away from you. And I've been with Coach now here in American Dream Trading for, like I say, 2.5+ years. If Coach would shut the show down and never open it up again, I know I can wake up tomorrow and still get on here in front of my computer and make money. Not even Coach himself can take away this skill that he's taught me. And I can do this for all the rest of the days of my life as long as I want to, or as long as my health allows me, right? So, and it takes time, right? No 8-year-old has ever won an Olympic gold medal in gymnastics. Hasn't happened. Will it ever happen? Well, I don't know. We've had some 14-year-olds in gymnasts, right? Nadia Comaneci comes to mind. For those of you that have gray hair, you might remember her, right? I think she's married to, is she married to Bart Connor, the other Olympic? Anyhow, I don't want to go there. So it takes time, it takes maturity, it takes experience, it takes a proper coach. It takes repeating the same things over and over and getting that experience. It involves pain. You will fall off the balance beam and land on your head many, many, many times. There's pain involved. Now, is there physical pain involved here? Well, not necessarily, but I'll guarantee you there will be mental pain and anguish when you lose money, right? So nobody likes to lose money in what they're doing. So we are helping you to develop a skill over time, and we want you to learn those things before you even think about funding an account. So you will come in and ask questions, take notes, ask questions, take notes, ask questions, take notes. Listen, 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 Linda. Take notes. Ask questions over and over and over. Eventually, once things started making sense to you and you think you are maybe at that point where you might want to start practice trading, then you would go to a paper trading account. And you will do that over and over and over. You're not risking a dollar. You weren't making money in the stock market last Friday if you've never traded before. So why are you worried about making money in the stock market tomorrow, right? So take your time. Believe me, it'll save you from wrecking your account. It's hard enough not to wreck your account when you have a little bit of experience, let alone having zero experience. So that's why after you've been trained up and things start making sense, it is overwhelming at first, right? Then you'll paper trade. We do still, at this point, we don't want you funding an account. Because if you put money in that account, we can't stop you, obviously, right? You're your own boss, so you can do whatever you want. But if Coach has been into business for over 33 years, he might know what he's talking about. So we don't even want you funding your account until you can excel on all the mechanics of paper trading, how to get in and out of a trade, how to understand what you chart and the indicators and how to put historical levels on, etc. It's not that easy. Matter of fact, 90 to 95% of all day traders fail in the first 1 to 2 years. And that's not something I just made up. That is a scientific, at least 2 that I'm aware of, scientific studies done on that subject matter. And most of the reasons that they fail is because people are doing it on their own. They're using real money to try to learn how to trade. They don't have anybody to ask questions to guide them. They don't have any community support. They don't have anybody to talk to. Day trading can be a very lonely, well, it is a very lonely thing. I couldn't imagine trading just in a bedroom, or in my case, my basement, all by myself with nobody to talk to or ask questions. That would just, and it does. Day traders that trade like that, they also show in them studies that it leads to depression because you're isolated, you're not interacting with other human beings. And we all complain about our 9-to-5 jobs and how much we hate it and how everybody we work with, but you're still having interactions with other humans. You go throw yourself in your basement, sit in front of a computer all day, it can actually lead to depression. So, I'm here at American Dream Trading. We have Coach as our mentor. He's 33 years in the business. He's very well versed in everything investing. He educates us daily up to 12, we have up to 12 hours of training in here between Coach and the other moderators. So he can answer well, I know he can. I haven't found a question he can't answer yet. He's an excellent coach, excellent trainer. He makes the complicated simple so that we can understand it. If you ask him a question and he senses you still don't understand it, he'll present the material in a different way so that you will over time. So the other thing is, you don't have other people to talk to. That's one of the great things here at AmericanDreamTrading.com is we have one of the largest, if not the largest, online Discord communities in the day trading world here online. So everybody in our community you will find genuinely wants to see you succeed. And we all care about each other. We all share in each other's accomplishments and joys. We also share in everybody's sorrows and problems that we have. We're here to lift each other up, and so it really is a very strong community. People say it all the time. They come here for the education, but they stay for the community. So without a strong support system, a strong trainer, that really will contribute to your chances of failure doing a day trading. So are we the only gig out there? No, but I feel we're the best. I've seen the other ones, right? I'm not going to badmouth anybody out there. It's up to you to decide what you like. Maybe you don't care for the way Coach trains and stuff. I do. I fell in love with him the minute I saw him. In fact, I only listened to him maybe a day and a half, 2 days, and signed up for membership right away. I just like his style. You can see he cares, and you can see that he knows what he's talking about. So anyhow, you can go over there. James is putting some direct links over there in the YouTube live chat that you can click in directly to that. We have no special offers at the moment, so head on over to AmericanDreamTrading.com for further information and grab that free Discord also. Thank you very much for being here. Make sure you click like and subscribe and share this feed. We have about 15 seconds before the market opens, so let's make sure, if you're not an experienced trader, stay out of the market. Paid members, make sure you're calling out EWOs as they form, and be clear and concise and to the point in your call outs. Thank you very much. Let's have a great day. Squirrel! All right, I got IWM on my chart. It's pulling back. That would be the Russell. SPY is the S&P 500 is doing the exact opposite. It is climbing out of the gates. Again, don't chase candles. If you're an experienced trader, you shouldn't be in here right now anyway. Just watch and pay attention. Coming up here to a double top on SPY, the S&P 500, that's 620, 632 level. Careful there. As you can see, there's already a pullback. People taking profit right out of the gate. Don't be fooled to think that this is going up. It's going to continue that way the rest of the day. What else we got? We have AMD to the upside. We have Google up to the upside but pulling back. The Russell's now going to the upside strongly. Meta really pulled back from an initial burst. Careful there. Microsoft straight out of the gate to the upside. NVIDIA went up but is now pulled back, trying to figure out what it wants to do. And Tesla is diving hard to the downside. Tesla pulling hard. It's already down, what is that? I don't know, $4 a share already? Wow. So anyway, Tesla really pulling hard. SPY is still struggling there at that double top. Here's Tesla. And if you're in Tesla puts, be careful. A large gamma candle. Don't make sure we expect maybe a possible 50% retracement back on that candle, which would be about right here. We'll say right there about where that blue line intersects. I would expect a retracement. Go ahead.
Amazon yellow day.
Thank you. Amazon over there.
Apple looking great to the upside for once.
Yep. Yeah, Google now taking off to the upside. There's a lot of chaos everywhere. Very, very, very chaotic right now to the upsides and downsides all at the same time. Here comes a retracement possibly on Tesla to the back up. We'll see if that happens or not, or whether it's going to continue its downward trend. There are some big orders down there to the downside on Tesla presently. James, you need to get rid of those. We have the no current ones in effect.
SPY needs to stay above 226.60, and you will look good on the upside.
Correct. Got to get through that double top.
Resistance right here.
Pop up there. All right, it's got to break and hold up here. This is your test to the upside.
Yep.
Thank you, James, for that. All right, here it is. Strong candle still to the upside. Shows potential for SPY to continue its upward motion. No guaranteed. But it does have a strong confirmation candle sitting on the shoulder of the previous candle that broke through the double top. I have a few lines on my chart for SPY, but not too many. I got 627 and basically a quarter to the upside. I'm sure you guys that trade this regularly have lines in between there. Have a historical level there, Nana, for us? Between here and there?
The next one, 627.
Okay. Yep, I have one at 627.24. All right.
626.73.
Okay, thank you. That's above that. All right, we got Tesla. What did I say was going to happen with Tesla? Oh, look. What is that, a 50% retracement right there? Did I say go to the blue line on my chart? That's the 200 MA, but I just wanted to say watch the blue line. Oh, look at that. You could have made all that money going down and the 50% retracement coming to the upside. How did I know that was going to happen? I didn't for 100% sure, but that's one of the things a coach teaches us to watch out for. Nothing is guaranteed in any trading strategy at any given time, but statistically, I kind of expected that to happen, and it did. Doesn't make me a genius. It just means I pay attention to what words come out of coach's mouth. Here's SPY, another candle that's sitting on the shoulder of the previous candle, with buyers coming in like crazy from the pushing it up from the bottom. All right, so looking good, getting up to that 627 mark. As soon as we can break through this 626 3/4 area that was previously called out. One remembers Meta pulling back. Also, Tesla trying to recover what it gave up there at the open. Google still holding its own. Let's make sure we're calling out EWO changes as they happen. So we're in a green EWO on Google. And IWM, the Russell's kind of rough. It's just kind of choppy. Now the Russell is a little bit different than the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ, which would be the Qs in this case, right? See, they're on their nice steady trajectory up. The Russell is a small cap, which means the smaller companies. So they're more, interest rate dependent, let's say. They're smaller companies, a group of smaller in this index, 2,000 of them. Thank you. As you can see, the Russell is very chaotic this morning, trying to pick what it wants to do. But we still have upward momentum on the S&P 500 and NASDAQ. Watch for profit taking up here. I got a critical level on NQ right now, so that would be on the Qs, would be at a critical level right here. Let's pay attention here for this to break through where it's sitting at right now. If I correlate the two charts together, which they do run exactly the same, They're just different price points. And it is breaking above. Hasn't held above this level yet. Waiting to see. It looks like a good strong upward momentum to the next level. Just be careful. It may want to pull back right here. Watching. There we go. Still holding though. Still has some strength, but right here where this candle, these two candles are, basically this one here, I don't have my cues, even though I used to trade the cues every single day, and it was my favorite trade for the longest time. I have not traded cues options forever, so I don't have these charted out.
Careful with spiders. Resistance is 627.30.
Thank you.
As long as you stay above 627, you should be okay.
Should be for now, right?
That's for now.
Watching the cues here. Is it going to break and hold above this level? It's still deciding. Again, this is what I call a gold level on my chart, which just means a strong point of resistance to the upside. Doesn't mean it's going to stop it from going up, but I'm being a little bit more cautious here on the cues at this level, or NQs in the futures market, which is where I love to be. So, but the correlation is exactly the same, chart to chart. So they're the mirror of each other. All right, what else we got going on around here? Amazon still staying to the downside. It's the only one of the big boys that is still in the dumps. All the other ones have pulled down and come back up. What else we got here?
Now a double top from the high from Friday.
Which one?
Yes.
NVIDIA.
NVIDIA?
He's correct.
Yep. Okay.
And technically, NVIDIA. No,
Why am I
don't know.
clicking here? I keep clicking. Use button instead of the. Yep. So it's testing out here. You got a wall there, 176.25. That it's looking to pull back to. You got a wall to the upside at 76.50. That it's deciding whether it wants to break through or not. Yep.
It's not stopping.
No, it's not. Neither are the Qs. They're going up right with it.
IWM is breaking pre-market high.
Thank you. Still chop. I would wait on a break and hold above at least the 216, 70, 75 mark. I'd say 75. What's this level here? Yeah, I'd say doubled. Yeah, I'd wait up a little bit safer probably if you wait to 216.75 in that area, depending on how you have yours charted out. Here comes, looky here, looky here. Oh, how'd I know that? Look, it's trying to pull right back to that line I said to worry about to start with, right? One candle went up. Now we're getting a little pullback. Doesn't mean it's not going to continue up. We do have a 5 to 7 candle rule, and we are on the, let's see, what do we got here? I've got it on a 2-minute chart, so I'll just leave it there.
Going back as well.
Yep, profit taking, right? It's climbed straight up. First 10 minutes, right? Things get a little excitable around here. That's why we tell you to stay out of the market for at least the first 15 minutes if you have a little bit of experience. If you're inexperienced, you don't get in the market at all. So, all this is a pullback right now. It doesn't mean it's changing directions at this point, as all of the Mag 7 stocks are still holding their own, other than Amazon. Well, Amazon's holding its own to the downside, but to the upside, I would say 80% of them are holding their own to the upside. There is some profit taking. On IWM, Google's holding its own. AMD's flat. Apple is coming back down. So keep an eye there on Apple. Taking a little bit of profits
Back to
there.
the 9, which is also at 627.
Yep. Qs came right back.
Right there.
Qs came right back and touched that line I told you to be careful about. Right there, my gold level. Bam. Look at that. Jeez. Am I a genius? Am I a genius? No, I'm not a genius. There's a lot brighter bulbs in the pack in this room rather than me. I just listen to the sound of Coach's voice and listen to what he teaches us each and every day. That is how I learn to do what I do. I do this full time also, as many, 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 many other members in here in American Dream Trading do each and every single day. All right, what else? Microsoft. I mean, Microsoft is a banger. It's still holding on up there too, very strong. Started on the shoulder. I like to see that. Starts on the shoulder of the previous candle. What does that mean? It means it started at the same price the other one finished at, right? That shows us that's a sign of potential strength to the upside. Now, we don't know how far up is up or how far down is down. We just trade the trade that's in front of us. So this is still a sign of strength to the upside on Microsoft. So keep your stops slid up. You don't know when this may pull back, when profit taking is going to occur. All right, we're in past the first 10 minutes of the market. Who's still in Microsoft to the upside? Anyone? SPY. Still holding on. We're getting consolidation. Where's that consolidating at? Right at my gold level, basically. Not quite.
627. As long as it's still above that, you're good.
Yep. I got moved my line there last. I bumped it. There we go. All right. What else we got? The Qs. Qs look exactly like a SPY. See that? See how if I flip these back and forth so fast you didn't see what it said on the chart, what they were, you'd think it's the exact same chart. Look at that. NVIDIA is now pulling back. And our old friend Netflix at $1,172 does what Netflix usually does. Shoots straight up at the open or straight down at the open and then gives up whatever profits that they took. Meta is consolidating, kind of ugly at the moment. Mara to the downside. We're looking at Mara. What are we looking at? Bitcoin. Bitcoin is now popped off to 200 on Bitcoin at 114,636 presently. Kind of taken back a little bit. I don't trade Bitcoin, but a chart's a chart's a chart. I could chart this chart out and trade Bitcoin just fine.
Next level, you have 627.75, and after that, 628 for SPY.
Yep. There we go. Going to go up here and test that 628 right now, looks like. Almost. It gets 27.88 to get through first. The wall's at 88, which is right now it's getting close to 87. They're jockeying around positions. Now those orders got pulled out. Now they're down into 70, so it's losing some of its support to the upside on SPY. Let's take a quick peek, see what Amazon's still doing. Down to the downside, consolidating. Nothing exciting going on Amazon right now. Keep an eye on that for either further down or making profits if it decides to come back up. AMD's get a little bit of strength to the upside, broke above the opening double top and is up there. Not a lot of strength, but had a nice big gamma candle there. Expect a 50% pullback, I would say, to about right there. See my little mark? And you will see that. Matter of fact, let me just put a line on there so you can see that what Coach teaches us has value. I'm going to put a little line there, all right? I'm making some goofy colors, so I'll remember, why is that color, all right? I wonder why I did that. May pull back there. Soxol, holding its own up there also. Tesla recovered from its initial pull at the opening. Recovered all the way back up. Oh, thank you. And we have Tesla coming right back down to where it was at earlier. SPY's got a break and hold above this 628 level. Will it do that? Let's take a look and see here. 628. In fact, we got some support at 628. 8, so it may be holding up here this time around. Again, I'm looking at this L2 over here order book, which just shows you orders placed but not filled yet. Just kind of gives you a little looking at these walls here to see where it may want to, where my support's at 628.13 ish. It's currently at 18. I'm watching that to see if it breaks through. We got that wall at 22. So once we get above that 25 level, it's going to struggle here a little bit due to the walls. Now we're losing support. They're fighting over the price presently to SPY. SPY is still to the upside, though. Do I trust my indicators? Yes or no? Do I trust my indicators and everything else my chart tells me?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Yes.
Easier said than done, though, right, folks? Easier said than done.
So for SPY, as long as you stay above 628 and the
Yep.
9, you
Yep.
are golden.
I do have a gold level on my NQ right here at this level also. So
Top on SPY at 628.17.
that might be why I have a line on my NQ about right here, huh? There we go. Thank you for that. Was that Hudson I just heard?
That was me. I'm back.
Congratulations, Hudson.
Congratulations, Hudson.
Yay.
We miss you.
I missed you too. I missed everyone so much.
Good to have you back in the fold, even though you didn't go away. You were still here.
Always around.
Always around. You can't get rid of this guy. All right. Gold, predict, sell or not. Fazel over there on TikTok live chat. Neither I or anyone else here at American Dream Trading are licensed financial advisors. And as such, we can never give you financial investment or tax advice. We are not a call-out group. We will not tell you to buy gold now, sell gold now. Buy XYZ now, sell XYZ now. It's not how we operate. We are an education and training company. We want you to develop the skills based on how we coach teaches here so that you can make your own decisions on whether to enter a trade or when to exit a trade that you're presently in. It's a lot easier to learn the skill. It's not easy to learn, but it's easier to develop that skill and make those own decisions on your own so you're not dependent on anybody on the interwebs. Do you really want to be dependent on this Mark McC who you're staring at right now? What if Mark McC ain't here tomorrow? Who are you going to have yell at you what to buy and sell? You have no idea, right? You don't know what to buy and sell because your total investment experience has been on listening somebody else tell you what to do. Wouldn't you rather develop the skill on your own that nobody can take away from you and you can use it anywhere in the world? Wouldn't that be a better investment?
We learn how to chart.
That's right.
Predictions.
We learn how to do all that. So, no, I cannot tell you whether to sell gold or not. I do trade gold. I'm in the futures market, one of my favorite things to trade. But I cannot give you that information. We can train you so that you will know how to do it on your own. And you would already made that decision. Zebrons, thank you for those laughs. And Chart and Soul for the, I guess, flowers, hearts. Jesse, thank you for the follows. Appreciate it. Chart and Soul, thank you for all those gifts. Troy, oh, that was nice of you to send me some hearts also. Good morning, sir. And Groot, good to see all of you people here. Michael B., thank you for following. And D-Rock's in the house. Oh, did I see Eric was in the house here somewhere? Where's Eric at? I thought I saw Eric was in the house over there. He may have just logged in. Eric's always in the house. We got anybody over there on YouTube's? It says we got a lot of people. How many do we have gave us a thumbs up over there, James? Let me look. Let me refresh my numbers here. Only 14? Come on now, people. We got a lot more than that here. Come on. Let's get over and smash that thumbs up button. If you're in here and you're active now, type in a 5 in the chat box, please. That way I know who you're here. You're here watching. Thank you very much. I know you're all busy making money. Let us know you're here. Type a 5 into your chat box over there on the YouTubes.
Briefly, when SPY moves approximately $3 either up or down from a core position, it's usually a little bit of a consolidation or a breather area. Went pretty much right to that area and did exactly that. And 15 cents, so it's breathing a little bit.
And it's 1% up already too, which is a lot for SPY.
Yeah. We've seen more and a lot less, haven't we?
Yep.
Okay.
Got a lot of work to do to the upside to get back.
Yeah.
From this little panic session.
And again, we're only 20 minutes into the market, right? Got a lot of day left yet. We have...
So pull it all in one day, either the upside goes slower. Right?
Correct. Getting a big pullback on Meta at the moment to the downside.
9 on SPY, as long as it's still above it.
Look at that.
But it's at it right now.
Meta. Tesla's kind of chopped right now. What else we got? Nvidia's consolidating. Microsoft's still holding its own up there also, as is Apple. Apple's breaking through, attempting to break through another minor double top up here. Just broke through this one. See if it breaks and holds above this level. But you will have if you look back behind you. Always look backwards on your chart, right? See what you got to come up against. Is there anything behind you or not? Right? Go to a higher time frame. Look at that. That's a 4-hour chart, right? Where are we at right now? We're currently clear down here. Man, Apple's really dropped, hasn't it? I don't follow Apple because I am, and it looks like I have. Well, that's the line I just drew.
What is new high right now?
So Apple's got a lot of. There's some potential barriers to the upside right there on Apple. We do have for our gold members a live Apple chat each and every day where they walk through nothing but Apple trades. They don't tell each other when to buy and sell, but they do discuss critical levels and those type of things. David shares his P&L statements over there also every day. Eric's over there giving him a hand. So right now they should be making money. They got to earn their money today, but they're making money over there over in the Apple chat lounge.
Looks
Yep.
like Amazon might have found support at 214.39.
Okay.
SPY went under the night, under 628. So all of you that were on calls or upside know what to do.
Yep. Still holding it to 9.
It's right at it.
Yep. Has it broken hell below it yet?
It tried, but not.
Has it broken and held? There we go. So
That's
for the
what we were saying.
yep. Obviously, it's getting heavy a little bit, and really, it's.
What to do, you just wait. Confirmation.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. You know, this is where Coach's shedding technique comes in that he teaches here each and every day. You know, because shedding is important in the part of your trading as you're locking in profits on the way up. Right, Mark? Yeah, it is. So, right. What else we got going over here? Texas, good to see you, Texas Trotty over there in the TikTok live chats. All right. Dickie, good to see you over there. Beasties over there, good to see you. Darn Cricket. Dan, if I didn't say hi already, Dan's over there. Let's type in a 1, smash them likes over there. Where are we at here? We're at only, well, wait a minute, man. My coach is going to be mad at me. You only got 6,000 likes over there on TikTok? Come on. You're all busy making money. That's understandable, all right? Let's smash them likes and them gifts over there. Let's get the logarithm on over there. We have good participation over there on TikTok today. Thanks you all for being here.
Can I help you out, Mark?
All right, there you go. Thank you for that. The money gun. Is that what that is? Money gun and some hearts. Thank you.
Mark, maybe we need a who.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. I will lose my voice for sure doing that. It's already starting to fade as we speak. And the SPY is starting to pop, as are the Qs. The Qs are down here at this. I got it. Wrong button. The Qs over here on this double top here, critical level. See if it's going to break and hold above this. I do have a gold level just a little bit north of this level on my NQs, so it would probably be about right here on the QQQs, as we like to say around here. So, all right. Doug is over there putting our clickable links in the YouTube live chat that you can click that will take you directly to our membership page where you can check out our different levels from premium all the way up to our diamond membership, which is our all-inclusive membership. First thing you should be getting, if you haven't already today, is our absolutely free, no cost to you. We've never charged for it, never will charge for it, and are currently, guess how much we're charging for it? Nothing. Zero. Our Discord over there at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Go over there and grab that now. Scroll down about halfway down our landing page at our website, and you'll see that Discord. Once you get that Discord, you can interact with other members at American Dream Trading and discuss stocks, ask questions. Again, it's not a place to say, when do I buy, when do I sell? We don't do that here. We train you to make those decisions on your own. So, but you can get in there, discuss trades, ask questions. There's some educational materials in there that are available inside there. They're not available elsewhere that you have access to. There's a discount channel. There's all kinds of things going on in there. Absolutely free. Once you get a paid membership, you get additional channels opened because membership has its privileges. Obviously, the Diamond membership would have every single channel there is, and there's over, I rough counted one time, well, like 100 minimum in there. Might be more than that now. I think it was 99 or 100 I counted one time. Diamond members would have access to most of those. Premium obviously would be lower. And then free members, you'd have a handful. But you got to start somewhere. We have members who've been free members for a long time. Microsoft, continuing a strong upward movement along with SPY. And Google also pushing up above the double top. It might be a Microsoft day for pushing up the indices, maybe. I don't know. Seems to be that way. If you compare Microsoft, you know, it's a strong driver right now of all of them. They all have a pretty strong push, but
If you look at SPY, it never went under 90. Tried, but
exactly. That's why we wait for the break and hold before.
Probably about to hit some traffic from a couple of days ago up here, so be ready.
Okay. Yep. If it breaks through up right about here, you should be okay, wouldn't you?
Just getting closer to that $30 mark.
Oh, wait.
That's all.
Yeah.
People are gonna start to get tentative on the 9.
There's
There's a
the
bunch of
cues.
traffic from a couple of weeks ago in the 629.30 area.
yep.
If it reaches that area and starts to find equilibrium, that's fine. That's just showing some solid strength coming out of the stink from last week. So it looks like the stink is wearing off and traders are buying it. So as long as this doesn't roll over and puke, we're good. But right now there's nobody selling.
Q's breaking through a level that I have on my chart. Some strong energy to the upside.
1 minute shift change.
Thank you. Shift change is just a term we use, or the market uses as there'll be a change in volume. Volume is neither good nor bad. It could go up, it could go down, it could be indifferent. Volume just means that there's more volume coming into the market. Doesn't mean the market's going. Yep. We also have some economic data, some minor economic data. We have factory orders month over month here in about 15 seconds. For those of you listening on to social media, you understand you're a minimum of probably 30 to 45 seconds behind us live. Membership has its privileges. And factory orders are 3, 2, 1, 0. Shift change. Factory orders forecast is they're expecting minus 4%. And it actually came in less than expected at minus 4.8%. Not a great huge number, but it is less than expected. So, or better than expected, I should say, right? They were expecting a larger drop in the forecast. So the market should, it's not that big difference. It is a point different. So they may view that as a positive. Now, these are just numbers. I don't know all the facts behind them, but on its surface, these numbers look okay. So the market should be okay for where it's at now. But this is where you look to see how they view it. And did you see SPY flinch, the S&P 500 flinch at all on that news? Absolutely not. What about the NASDAQ? Nope. Now, we may want to look at the Russell. That one may have flinched the most because IWM, because it's a small cap. And look at that. I didn't even see that chart. Look at that pop, right? Small cap, small companies. You know, the factory orders were better than expected. It's still negative. It's still down, but it's better than expected. And The Russell Small Cap Index, 2,000 small companies reacting positive, finally breaking out of this double top area. Now, whether it will it break and hold and stay up here, yet to be determined, but showing a little bit of strength for the first time today, based on them economic numbers. Now, these numbers will probably be short-lived as far as their raw effect, but SPY didn't care about those numbers, and neither did the Qs. They're still continuing upward climb, being driven by Microsoft, Apple, AMD, Google, and IWM even still pushing up too. And so we got good strength at the upside so far.
NVIDIA too is looking good.
Yeah, Nvidia's a little rougher, but it's still holding up there, right? Yep.
It's holding its high.
Yep. At this point of the day, that is a good thing, right? You got Nvidia at 177.11. All right. Hopefully you guys all got to participate in last Friday's 3-year anniversary with Coach. We had a great time. Coach gave away some stupid discounts on some of our membership packages. To those of you who were able to participate and benefit for that, congratulations. I know we had a lot of people in here over the weekend taking advantage of some of our free trading to free members and paid members that weren't normally offered before, so we're glad to see that. Welcome all the Diamond members who now have access to every single thing here at American Dream Trading and everything that we'll ever have in the future. So, congratulations. All right, so here we go. We had some good testimonies, had we had a new song that we debuted that was written by Ken M., and one of our members. Did an excellent job writing that song.
Hey, Paul, this is that traffic zone I was talking about on SPY. What do you see
Yeah, the
there?
traffic zone's a little bit older though, and when SPY had a stronger move to the upside, it really, once it broke past it, it was pretty free. So the closer information is the more relevant information. And when SPY took its larger plunge to the downside, within the last 2 to 3 trading days, that's where you're gonna look for resistance on the way up. So natural resistance is around the $30 mark. The 29 would be some older chart resistance just on the slower, broader climb to the upside. So things are going to slow down in there a little bit if this can hold.
Right, that's what I was anticipating.
Yeah,
I just didn't know it.
So this is just reversion, then we'll see that, we'll see the wind get sucked out of that pretty quickly. But right now there's no seller stepping in, it's stair stepping up nicely. So then you've got actual resistance from 30 to 32.20.
Yeah,
Paul,
there's a gap we can get reversed on, right?
Yep.
Right there.
It's
So when you give away the closer it was, as opposed to like 2 weeks ago?
The most recent information is the more relevant information always. Doesn't mean it becomes irrelevant, it's just more relevant.
And the other issue we have, if you're using Coach's indicators that come with your paid membership, we're pushing the top of the channel there also, right? So.
Well, that's all the stuff I was looking at, and that's why I was curious
Yeah.
what Paul's input on it.
Yeah. Well, it's running out of gas. They're pulling into the gas station to get refilled, probably, right? Get some more energy. Tesla coming up. Ooh, look at Tesla. Trying to break up out of this double top to the upside. Highest it's been.
And if large sellers don't come in and reverse the gap, then they'll try to push higher. But they want to be pretty sure, because all it's going to take is one person to start taking some major profit, and that can set off a landslide too.
There you go. Tesla back at its high of the day so far. Hasn't been this high since before the open, or after about 8 minutes after the open. Come up to this level. It is now broken, held above that. Well, it's still to be decided if it's going to hold at this level. It's working on it, looking pretty good. Strength to the upside. Tesla did release their sales of new cars in China this morning, wee early hours. thinking the number 69,000 plus pops into my head. I'd have to go back confirm that, but they did release their sales in China for the month. So that might have something to do with that. I don't know. I don't know whether those numbers were higher or lower than normal. I don't follow Tesla and all those little fine details.
Right about now, you're noticing gamma settling out pretty huge, as much as 20 to 40%, depending on the type of options that you're in. So if you didn't sell off or take some profit into that gamma while you're waiting to see if it can find the next leg up, you're going to notice that settles out along with that shift in theta that you get a few minutes before 10 to a few minutes after 10. So you got a combined effect that could pull as much as 40%, even with the price not moving, finally moving with about 50 cents, even if you're in for the whole ride.
And Russell?
There was strong gamma into this because there weren't that many sellers, and there continues to be. So,
Russell.
that's why you're getting some of that fallback. So now that some of the gamma effect, that slack, has pulled back and is starting to settle back out. You'll notice, another, if you pulled 27% back just on gamma relaxing, you notice about 7 to 12%, bounce back, finding equilibrium. But theta's going to start shifting a little bit, and now you got to watch for actual directional changes. That gamma can turn around and wipe out an awful lot of that run. So that's why I was saying at that point you need to be sliding your stops up because you want to capitalize on the gamma push, even if it relaxes, because you can actually re-enter on a pullback on some of the stuff that you took profit on, if you know what you're doing. But for scalpers anyway.
Yeah, Russell's getting a little pullback after it's holding up there since the manufacturing reports, but it's pulled back. Nvidia is below the 9.
Yeah, this is a strong attempt at clawing back some of that reversion. Yep. But the market hasn't really, we don't have any significant factual differences between Friday and today, other than that there was overwhelming fear on Friday and there's Monday morning euphoria going on. So the market hasn't actually found equilibrium. It's just you got a really great run out of the chute.
But I would like to point out one thing. If you'd got into SPY puts this morning, would you have made lots of money? Or SPY calls, I'm sorry. If you got in SPY calls this morning, were you making lots of money? Yes? No?
Si, senor.
If you bought call, there you go. If you bought calls on the QQQs this morning, would you have made a lot of money? Yes or no?
Yep. Let the chart do the talking, right?
Yep. If you bought calls on Microsoft this morning, would you have made lots of money?
Mark, we know you're the greatest.
Well, I didn't want to jump the gun. I wanted to show facts first. If you bought calls on Google, would you have made lots of money this morning? And last but not least, if you'd have bought calls on Apple this morning, would you have made lots of money, David?
It can get added to our list, so.
Okay, I'm just saying, who is your host this morning? That usually when he shows up, it's account changing days. Tell me about the account changing days over there at Apple there, David, if you got a few minutes, if you're not actually in a trade at the moment.
The track record is pretty high so far, and the numbers support it. So we still got runners in this one. No need to get out of it completely. We broke another channel, and now we're hoping. So we'll give it a few minutes to see what happens.
All right. And you're making lots of money, and the host of today's show is who? 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 There, I got a who out. Horton. Here's a who.
What do you mean,
Who?
There it is. Just with the most. Mark, just record it, and then you can just hit a button.
No, Mark doesn't have anything to do with the market, but I'm just saying, I don't feel for Coach that often, but, he's under the weather, so, again, we've been collecting data, Yeah, I mean, Apple's a little choppy on them candles there, up and lots of swings there. You guys have to have a pretty nice wide stops today trading Apple, but It's staying up there, right? It hasn't broken hell below the 9 yet. It still had its, went below the 9 over here, but it still had its claws on it, right? So, what do you mean you want to know what's up with my shirt over there on YouTube? Oh, I got all kinds of shirts. I just decided to put this one on today. Not only that, I'm cold. I'm still fighting an illness. I wanted a long sleeve shirt on.
That shirt is, I'll do your taxes for you.
Yes, I will.
Size?
Yes. I have a bunch of these in the closet too, you know. So, I didn't wear one of my Caribbean shirts today. I'm sorry.
So SPY, which didn't hold the 629 level on the 2-minute chart, has fallen back to the 21, broke the 9, went to the 21 for the first time, and now we should be experiencing a little bit of a bounce.
Father Giuseppe over on TikTok Live says, thank you for your information about Tesla. It helped me make my trades. Well, good for you. Glad you tuned in today and found something that was helpful. Imagine if you was what you could do with lots of training, lots of information. Unfathomable what you can do. All right, what else? Amazon still staying to the downside. Getting a little shoe action going on here. If it starts to go back up, looks like a shoe, kind of, right? All right. What's Dave doing this morning, Dave? This is a running joke between me and Dave, one of our members. We found a stock who has earnings this week, which is Dave. Not an endorsement, not a saying it's going to do anything. It's just we're watching it just because it's got one of our members' names on it. Q's, line's getting a little try. I was trying to get a little heavy. It did respect the 21 on the QQQs. It hit the 21s, held its own, got back up there to the 9. What about SPY? Is SPY respecting the 21? Yes, it kind of is at this point. It's hanging on. It broke below the 9, but the 21 was there to catch it. So we can infer that SPY is currently respecting the 21. As long as it does that, no reason to panic, right? Again, it's only 10 going a quarter after the hour, so lots of trading left in the day. If you haven't already, slid your stop up to take profits or write them out. There's no reason that anything says to get out of this trade if you've already shed some of your holdings. Shed some, let the runners run, right? Shed some, let the runners run. Very effective trading technique, I hear, that Coach teaches on shedding. Tesla's still testing the 9 there. We're good to go. SPY still trying to get back up above the 9. Maybe we can get a retest of that 629.30s levels. See if it wants to break out of that or not. What else we got going on here? Everything else is just pretty much doing like this, holding their own. Not falling or rising at the same either or. Amazon is still dropping. Amazon's dropping to another new low, breaking through here. Look at Amazon breaking through the double bottom. I don't know if it's going to break and hold it or not. Let's see here. It already did. There's my wick. There's my drawing, my body. Yep. Down just a hair off that. So it's at a level, critical level, whether it's going to continue more to the downside or stop here and maybe try to recover some of its gains. Time will tell. Until it breaks and holds below this level at that 614.25. I wouldn't get too excited, but I can see orders stacking up to the downside. Oh, there's a significant wall, 214. May want to pull down to 214 even here. Maybe by looking at the L2. Again, these orders could fly in and out continuously. So it's just to kind of give you a peek at what may happen. It's not a guarantee just because you see a large wall. But if you know how to use the order book, you can have another tool in your tool belt. All right.
IWM just broke double top, hasn't held yet.
Thank you. There we go. Break and hold. Come on, who's made money this morning in here? Paid members. Open up your mic. Let's hear about it.
Oh, yeah.
70% of my account.
Wow, Christina.
Still got 2 runners.
There you go. You know what Matthew would say about that? You know what he would say?
All right, all right, all right.
Yeah, you know what the Kool-Aid guy would say?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There we go.
Heard those in a while.
That's good. Don't give it back.
5.29% total account.
How much?
5.29% total account.
Wow. That is awesome.
There you go.
There we go. Mm-hmm. Mrs. C there, you're not going to give any of that profits back today, are you?
Oh no.
Okay.
Stop in.
Yeah,
I got I already got out of everything. I just have 2 runners.
okay, so you've been banking it.
Yes, I have.
Okay. Remember, every dollar counts sometimes, right?
Sure does.
Okay, so don't give it back.
Nope.
Okay. Okay.
No more of that.
I'll undo it.
Not none of that.
No.
Wouldn't be prudent.
There we go.
You just say it wouldn't be prudent.
Wouldn't be
Wouldn't
prudent.
be prudent.
That's the saying for the day. It wouldn't be prudent.
Yes.
No, wouldn't be prudent.
And for those of you who don't have any gray hairs yet, you may have to Google that. I don't know what that means. Wouldn't be prudent.
Another new high.
Yeah, I just was going to say that. It's trying to break out of this double top. It's struggling there. Meta really choppy today, though. Ooh, that'd be tough trading, right?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. Yeah, usually Meta shoots straight up, one time and then pulls back, but there ain't none of that today. So, yeah, you're in a bad spot here. Let's don't break and hold above here. Whew. I don't mean bad, but I'm just saying it's at a tough spot right now to try to break out of, right?
Yeah.
It's got to get above that, break and hold above that quarter, 67 and a quarter level. Well, yeah, and see there's orders at 67 and a quarter down there, but it's way down there. It's going to struggle to get there by the looks of it. You got support down at 66 and a quarter, old buck. 66 and almost even.
Myers, BLS commissioner. So now, of course, the partisan trash talk is ensuing.
Yeah.
Market didn't react to it at all.
Well, you can appoint somebody, they have to be, what is that called? Has to pass. Has to be.
Hopefully you had tight stops. Officially, hopefully you had tight stops on Meta. Locked in them profits. What else we got? What do we got going on over there, TikTok? No, it wasn't Ross Perot. Not. It was in that era though, but it wasn't Ross Perot. I miss Ross Perot. He's entertaining. I liked
It's
him.
an entertaining speaker.
Yeah, I enjoyed that guy. Smart guy. Yeah, Dana Carvey said it. Yes, he did, but not as Ross Perot. He said it as a different person. Don't say it out loud. Where people on TikTok are guessing.
Our deficit is like the crazy uncle in the basement. Listen there, but nobody talks about it.
Yes, Dana Carvey also did the impression of the person that said this phrase that you're looking for. He also did impressions of Ross Perot. Yes, he did.
He also did a great Biden.
Yeah, and Church Lady, but the Church Lady didn't say it either.
Church lady was hilarious.
I love the Church Lady.
Excuse me, babe.
Keep guessing. Who said it wouldn't be prudent? Who said that wouldn't be prudent?
Not at this juncture.
Senior.
Don't say it out loud. They're guessing over there on TikTok. They're guessing on TikTok. Come on, TikTok. Type in there, who did it? Come on, there's some gray hairs over there.
Young to know. They're all too young to know.
Well, I know, but hey, I'm a tick toddler now. Look at me. I got gray hair, gray beard, all my hair's falling out. I know the answer. Who the funk Mark would I be on TikTok live? Look at this, right? Boomers. Boomers have taken over. That is correct. Texas got it right.
Texas better get it right.
Texas Chandra got it right. Yeah.
And what was the answer?
Big Mr. Bush. Nope. Correct. There you go. Yeah. Yay. Let me guess, Texas there, Texas Chandra, you're under 40. It was not going to. It was the first George, not the second George. And that's what got him to where he was not elected again, because they used his, well, there's other reasons, but they used those words over and over during the campaign against him. And that pretty much ruined him, right? Never commit to nothing publicly because they'll use it against you. It did, really. I mean, that was a main contributing factor to his not getting reelected, right? Because he raised taxes after he swore he'd never do it. Never promise. You never know what's going to happen in the future. You may have to make adjustments, right? Yeah, that's the thing about the interwebs. Once you say it there, it can always come back to haunt you later. So I guess I probably should never run for political office, would you say?
Oh my God, no.
Yeah, okay. All right, I won't. IWM still up to the upside, still. I don't know if that has to do with just the general market taking it with it, or whether that's a reaction to the manufacturing data. It kind of did break out of that double top there shortly after 10, right? On that news, but it's probably just.
Look at the IWM now. Each time it goes up for a while. The first candle, it's got a big gamma going up, that big green one, and then it. Yeah.
What generally happens on big candles, big gamma candles.
50% retracement.
There you go. Where'd you learn how to do that at?
MarketReading.com.
Let's take a look at our friend Netflix. Ooh, look at Netflix. It's ugly.
Don't be its friend today.
Apple still holding its own. Like watching paint dry, but it's still holding its own. I don't know, David. I don't know if I could sit through all that. I think I'd have just took my profits and went home, but I know you got more dedication than I do.
I'm out feeding the dogs. I have a stop in place. I just let everybody know. I just let everybody know that most traders struggle with the emotions.
Yeah.
So if you catch yourself micromanaging trades, set a stop, do something, walk away. The stop is there to protect you. As long as you have just runners, I wouldn't be walking away with my full position in a stop loss, but if I have one out of, I had 30, I think 35 contracts today, I have one left. There's no way that this one, even if I had 2 or 3, they're not going to damage my profits from the rest of the trade.
Right.
Even if they do slip a little bit on the stop. But we need to be able to do these type of things if we can't mentally break that bad habit.
Yep. There you go.
You know, earlier while you were asking why we have to keep checking on Mike?
Why?
Because everybody in here keeps dropping.
Oh, is that what it is? Oh, so we're trying to make sure he's okay.
That's right.
That's a good answer. It lost its effectiveness because we already asked that an hour ago.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
This came to me after David.
Okay. Well, you know, that's what happens when you get older. Things a little bit slower. All right. Amazon finally did break out and held below that level at that 214.30-ish area to the downside. Still continue. Missed that break and hold drop down there. Look at Amazon pulling.
I mean, they'll send you another money can high.
Hey, there's your Apple Hymns candle.
Oh, look at that gamma cam. Did it break and hold below the 9 at any time? People? Nope. There's a big gamma candle. Let's see what happens here. Where do we think it'll pull down? I'll say it's going to pull right down to here. How's this? How's that? I'll even draw a line on my chart where I think it might just, we'll just draw a line here. We'll make a big old, a big old fat line there. How's that? Well, that's a little bit overkill, but there you go. Let's see if that wants to pull back right to this line here. Or is it?
Oh, Spy's got that big candle too.
I thanks Apple very much.
Yes.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, because Microsoft is discontinued its upward motion right now. It's
Sorry, dogging.
Apple, yeah, popping its head out. Apple, Google, and IWM are still pushing to the upside along with SPY. Microsoft's taking a nap, as is NVIDIA and Meta and AMD. So it's about 50-50 right now on what's going on. We are on a second red EWO on Tesla. However, I would exercise extreme caution with that, as it is near critical levels, meaning the 200 is coming down here. You got double bottom. We got some good support down here. You're going to have to watch. It's got to deal with that 200, so may not continue unless it's going to just crash out like it has been, going all the way up, all the way down, all the way up, all the way. So see what happens here. I would expect a slowdown, if not an outright bounce here to 200. We'll see what happens.
And if you do need to walk away, like David was talking about, Taco Bell is open at 10:30.
10:30. Taco Bell's open all day, ain't it?
Just throwing it out there.
24 hours here.
Yeah, ours in our little county here it's open till I think 3 a.m. and then they close for a couple hours, and I don't know what time they open, but
What is like a taco?
Mark is more than, but that's second the month line. You get it, Eric, it's the weekend.
yeah.
The only thing I'll eat that, well, they do have good breakfast burritos, with eggs and, but taco. Remember those? I don't know if they still have those.
Taco.
Get those at the grocery store. Taco, yeah.
Speaking of tacos, there was an article about that in the VIP Gold newsletter this week, if you caught that.
Cold Store has a mega Choco Taco, Christina.
Really? Oh my gosh.
I
And
like
in
Cold
Rio.
Stone.
We have a Cold Stone right here
This
too.
one's a little bit higher quality than Taco Bell.
A little bit.
ADT in no way endorses or suggests buying Taco Bell, as we were just having a general discussion. This is for educational purposes only.
We endorse all food, just food in general.
Not financial, tax, or gastronomical advice.
There you go. All right.
Gastronomical.
That's the new one.
Gastronomical.
They also call it Taco Hell.
There we go.
Somebody believes in core weave this morning.
All right, Tesla. What did Tesla do? What did I say it was probably going to do? Oh, did I say bounce off to 200? Oh, guess that's what it did, huh? Huh. Where do we learn how to do that at, Christina?
Continue trading.
.com. Wow. I'm either a genius or I listen. Which is it? And I know it ain't the genius part. I've already proven that over and over again. I'm
out.
Oh.
Last one stopped out. I am at 68% for the day.
All right.
And I oh, yeah. Leave that alone until later on.
Okay, you're done for the day. Thanks for playing. Go back tomorrow. There's nothing better than leaving the day green.
Enjoy your rest of the day.
Wake up, feel green, have a day.
Okay. Because you know what happens if we find out you traded more?
I only have $50. Only if something big happens, then I'll come in and say it, but that's it. Yeah.
Right on that mouse.
I got enough of those.
All right. Good. Amazon. What's it doing? Is it still, man? Anybody in Amazon puts today? Holy camole.
I am.
Wow.
25%.
What's that?
I'm up 25%.
All right.
I'm waiting for the break it up to 14.50.
Okay, cool. Great play. Look at that. I got a line, I don't know why, at 212.40 because or 50 basically. 212.49 it says. Yeah. Trying not to go into a coughing. I'm trying not to get in a coughing fit. I'm trying to suppress this. Ugh. I will say my computer monitors got a good cleaning the other day after sipping a cup of water and having a chest issue. The water didn't go down, it went out all over my monitors. Yeah. 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 All right. What else we got going on? What else?
When I got back in front of my screen, able to move my stop up, and then now I go grab a load of laundry and I'll be back in a second.
Hey, David. That's woman's work.
Shit, I'm the stay-at-home dad now.
I wouldn't let her push you around. I tell her that's woman. When she comes home today, I just tell her how it is. It's woman's work.
Yeah, because you're in the basement.
I'm in the basement where my wife can't hear me. Yes.
You're in the basement where she can't hear you. You probably already insulated your floor, so she can definitely not hear you.
Yeah. Hey, I can do whatever I want when she allows me.
Watch it, Boomer. Watch
Yeah. Yeah. I'm only afraid of one person in this world, and she's up on the next floor above me. Well, yeah, I'm afraid of her too, but yes, that's why I hide in my basement.
She's like Norm's wife in Cheers. We never see her, but we hear about
Yeah, that's true. I don't know if you ever have seen her, have you? Yeah, you probably never will. You probably never will. Now, at the meet and greet, the meetups we've had, people have met her, but not live. Okay, look at that. Apple still go. And we thought it was about done earlier, multiple times today, right? Consolidation there. Oh my gosh, it dropped. It's the end of the world. Nope. Did it break and hold below the 9? Nope. So what did those Apple gang guys do and gals? They shed, right? Let their runners run. Came up here. Oh, another pullback. What did they do? Oh, they shed another percentage of their holdings and let the runners run. Did they know the runners run, not make more money here? Did their runners running make more money here? Oh, a little bit of a pullback. They could have decided if that was a shed point or not. Some of them might had, and they let the runners run. Oh, letting the runners run. Did their runners running making more money even now? Of course. Look at that. That coach, that guy's a genius. I don't care what anybody says. All right. What else we got? It's time for a statistical update. If you bought Apple calls this morning, you would have had an account changing day. If you would have bought Apple or AMD calls, I don't know if you'd have had an account changing day on AMD by the looks of those candles. You'd have been stopped out multiple times, but you know, to each his own. Amazon. Oh, if you'd have bought puts on Amazon at the open, I think you would have had an account changing day. Google, if you'd have bought calls at the opening or any time shortly thereafter, I would say you would have had an account changing day. As a matter of fact, your account's still being changed. If you'd have got in IWM, you'd have probably got stopped out. It was pretty ugly there for quite a while, right? Till the news came out.
underwear changing day.
Yes. So, you know, but people that trade those things, you know, they probably wouldn't have got in it anyway, knowing it, right? And Mara, if you'd have got in Mara, you could have played it to the downside and the upside and made an account changing day. Meta is just plain ugly and choppy. Hopefully nobody got caught up in that. But if you're a meta trader, we know one was in it, right? You'd have had a bad day. Well, I shouldn't say a bad day, but you would have been in and out of that trade. And Microsoft is still up there. Wow. Did it break and hold below the 9 at any time? Nope. It came below it, but it didn't break away. Respected to 21, kept itself up there. You would have had an account changing day. If you'd have traded NVIDIA today, what would you have had of NVIDIA? By using the skills and techniques that's taught here by Coach every single day. If you'd have bought NVIDIA, you bought calls on NVIDIA, did it break and hold below the 9 at any time? No, you would have had an account changing day just trading NVIDIA. If you'd have done the Qs, the QQQs, the NASDAQ 100 ETF, if you'd have bought calls at the open, would you have made money? Yes, you would. Your account would be an account changing day. Soxol is another one we watch. Soxol was okay, a little rougher, got in a little bit of chop. That's expected with this. Here it would have been okay, I guess. I don't know, been account changing, but you'd have had to work for it. And SPY, if you'd have bought calls, also at the open or any time thereafter, you would have had an account changing day. And Tesla, if you'd have got into Tesla at the open, you'd have got your face ripped off. So, but those that trade Tesla know how to trade Tesla and deal with all this chop and ups and downs. So as we can see in our statistical review of today's action and correlating that with who your host is today and applying those statistical numbers with the past statistical numbers when I was hosting for Coach, we can therefore conclude what there, David? He's not even listening. He's out doing the laundry.
Yeah, this is day number 6 since I started collecting data.
Oh, okay.
And it's have been good days.
Okay, thank you.
Runner at 39%.
Wow.
Stopped place and just came back downstairs with a load of laundry.
Okay. Make sure you have your apron on. You don't want to get chemicals on you when you're doing the laundry.
I've got my goggles on because I'm going to be following OSHA rules when I'm around chemicals.
Oh, okay. Well, make sure you have that apron and rubber gloves and stuff too.
The rubber apron, the rubber gloves.
Yeah.
The ventilation and the respirator.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's one thing I don't miss, wearing a respirator.
Well, imagine they have us when we're in the shop conditions, right? They have all these regulations that we got to follow, but yet at the house every day people are doing 10 times worse.
Exactly. Yeah, wearing a respirator in 130 to 150 degree temperatures inside the factory. Yeah, that's. I don't ever want to have to experience that again. I did that for too many years.
And put your hazardous waste in containment drums.
Yes. Make sure you throw the batteries in this one, not that one.
Bruno's fully working how many times I turned off my mic for that comment earlier.
All right, so here we are testing, what does that say? 207.83. All right, see what happens here. On Apple. Again, I have a line on my chart at 209.65. That's all I have on there. As I don't chart, well, number one, I don't chart on Webull, I chart on TradingView anyway. And number two, 100% of my energy since October, November of last year has been in the futures, so I don't even follow stocks anymore. I have not traded an option since November of last year. So can I still do it? You better believe I still can. I keep saying I'm going to come over and do it one day just to prove that I can. But I have the skills that Coach gave me. That's a skill that can't be taken away, right? I can come back and do it anytime. It's the same way as trading stocks or futures. I can go in and trade crypto if I want, right? I'm not going to because I'd be tempted to do that 24 hours a day. And that just won't go over well where I live at the present moment. So we'll stay away from crypto for now. Amazon is now came down to a critical level. Let's see if we're going to get a bounce off this bottom here, or are we going to break? Look, I got a line drawn there, and I haven't traded Amazon in forever. Matter of fact, I don't even really care to trade Amazon myself. But chart's a chart's a chart. Of course, I say that now because Amazon got me. I have traumatic experiences or something here, but you know, I know a lot more than I did back then, right? I've gained in my knowledge and understanding, right, of charting and reading charts and when to get in and out of a trade. What I have more defined lines in the sand now, things that I do that I didn't have 2.5 years ago, or even a year ago, or even 6 months ago. So it's when you look back and you're like, well, you know, I ain't ever trading that again. Well, I just said that, but you know, I guarantee you I would have made money on that now, right? So, because I know more now. I'm better than I was, right? That'd be a good country song. Better than I once was. Not as good as I am now or something. I don't know. That would be a good,
That already is a song.
that would be a good country song. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's Toby Keith.
Yes.
There should be a word for when a stock hits an old line that you totally forgot about and bounces right off it, like that euphoric feeling, like holy crap.
Oh, yeah. I still get that.
Yeah.
I was in I go into pre-market, you know, obviously I'm trading futures, but there's hot stocks on there, and I've traded a couple here in the last few weeks. Pulled up one of them, had red lines on my chart. Well, the red lines are when I first started with American Dream. I used all red lines. So whenever I see that, I know that chart's probably a minimum of 2 years old, maybe 2 to 2.5 years old, right? And was that Friday? I forget, one day last week, some stock popped up that probably hadn't popped up forever. Come down, hit every single one of them lines I had on my chart. It was just outstanding. It was like, tell me historical levels don't matter. They do. They will respect them. They respected lines from 2 years ago. Makes you feel like you're a genius, doesn't it? Ooh, I'm a good charter. That's what that shows you. Now, that's a good thing to see because that reinforces in your mind that you're doing a good job on charting, right? And when you have confidence in your charting ability and historical levels, being able to map those things out, that makes you a more confident trader, right? You know what to expect before it actually happens. It's almost like you can foresee the future, right? Look at this one here, this line here. I didn't just draw this. Look at it bouncing on that, right? So, how long is this? I don't know how long this line's been here. This level is 212 without looking. I can pop it up on a 4-hour chart here. So I got 2 lines on my chart. Look, shows you why I don't chart on here. So that had to have been back from, when is that date? Can't see with all this stuff in the road. Come back to this level approximately. Oh, I gotta move this thing out of the way.
On what were you starting to say? The SPY's pulling a very normal pattern out of its hat. After it came back and rechecked, tried to set some sort of an institutional shelf at 628.50. It went on to create a slightly new high, but it wasn't super aggressive. So now it's coming back to confirm that shelf at 628.50, at least the bodies of the candles. So if it holds that, then potentially you could see, some more continued movement to the upside. Otherwise, because we need to see what it does when it gets into this cap. Does it flush it? Does it break it and go back towards VWAP? So that's a real critical point. So I'm holding on to some puts right now, hoping that it taps it. And as soon as it does, I'm going to get rid of them. Or if it continues to the downside, I'll re-enter. Otherwise, I would fully expect a bounce off of this. There's the tap. Let's see what happens. So you get that nice broader movement to the upside. You got 3 different pushes to the upside. You had a pullback to set that shelf. You had to move on to a new high, which is pretty typical after coming back and setting that shelf. And now it's coming back to confirm that shelf. So that shelf tells you a lot about how that's going to trade in the near future. And coincidentally, it sets the tone for the market.
Yeah, lost respect for the 21 too, right?
And that doesn't even matter so much as the formation to the horizontal, because if it respects that new shelf, then you could potentially see new highs off of this, and it'll reopen that 921.
Batman's in the house. TikTok, Batman. By the way, if you haven't been yet there today, go over to AmericanDreamTrading.com. Grab that free Discord off our website, and you can be involved in our Discord where you can interact with other members of American Dream Trading, ask questions, discuss trades, grow in your education that way for absolutely free. Our Discord's always been free, always will be free, and is currently free and always will be. And while you're also at our website, American Dream Trading, make sure you take a peek at our membership packages. We have memberships that are geared for every budget, starting at $125 a month. You can pay annually and save even more money. So there's the discounts for paying annually. So head on over there. We also have TikTok. We have ADT Coach and American Dream Trading Inc. Also, make sure you check those. If you haven't subscribed already today, please do so. Those of you on TikTok, I highly recommend that you go over to our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Subscribe to that. That way, if TikTok ceases to work or there's technical issues elsewhere, either on our end or their end, you'll at least have a way to watch the live feeds. For those of you who are on YouTube, go over to TikTok. Go over to ADT Coach on TikTok, sign up for that, subscribe to that on TikTok so that you too will have a backup. Also, we have our accounts also over on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, Kicks, X, you name it, all the major social medias. Check them out, click subscribe. SPY is in that bottom of this channel, by the way. Trying to work its way back up. It's getting a little weak. All right, darn good for thank you for following. Mr. Kai Lee, thank you for the follows. Good to have you here. How about Tesla, Newman? What do you want to know about Tesla? You still here, Newman? I don't know when you asked that question. I don't know, I could have turned timestamps or something on. Well, it's only on YouTube. SPY, shoulder to shoulder, stepping up. Yep.
Retested the shelf, and it'll tapped it real lightly, and sure enough, it did exactly what it's done in the past, and it goes on to create a new high. So if you followed that down, even if you weren't scalping put off of that, and you were looking for that for support as a low risk, high reward setup, and then you're cashing in on the break of the high.
Thank you for that, Vaughn. That was amazing. Yeah, followed it perfectly. Thanks.
These are the things we learn here each and every day. I don't know. I can honestly say I don't know if a day has ever gone by since I joined American Dream Trading that I haven't learned something new. It's amazing the information that Coach provides to us, that our moderators train through it, that other members bring to the game. Right? We all have different walks of life in here. Bankers, lawyers, all the people you like to hate, especially them guys who are former in the banking world, that are in here. We don't care for them too much. We usually give that member a pretty hard time. He just hasn't figured out why we always give him that hard time. And that's really why, because of his previous occupation.
Because the candlestick makers, wasn't that supposed to be the next one?
Oh, yeah, something like that. Oh, Richard, are you in here? Oh, okay. Richard's our banker. A wealth of knowledge, just because this is what he did for a living, right? He didn't know how to day trade. He didn't know stocks like he thought he did, right? He never knew anything about day trading.
100% correct, yeah.
But he's got all this information. He's educated us a lot on how things work behind the scenes. Look at that big pull on Tesla, just burning. Burn, baby, burn. Look at that. Who's in Tesla puts still? Anybody? 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 There was nothing to say to get out of the trade if you got in.
Well, that one got my stop.
Did it?
Yeah, it was a big pull. I don't know what happened. Something happened.
On SPY on the 2 minute, we are at a decision point. It's either gonna come back down and test that shelf. Well, if you look at the 9, it has been rolling over. That's one of the things you kind of look for. But we are at a decision point, in my opinion. Thank you.
I don't know if you, when I pointed out, selling off that break into new high, and, I take the risk as a flip on that, because I don't see enough upward momentum for the thing to like power through the $30 mark. I actually got lucky and flipped into it for a scalp to the downside. That just paid off.
Nice, very nice. But do you agree we're kind of at a decision point now?
Yep, this is that upper chart volatility. This is trying to find equilibrium. This is the market trying to determine, after shedding the stink of the news from Thursday and Friday last week, is trying to figure out an equilibrium. So this is that upper chart volatility where things get pushed up, they get a little upward momentum, and then they're selling off into the retail buyers. So you got to be real careful. That big red candle, I don't think was news related. I just think that's part of the normal upper chart volatility, where they get a nice little move to the upside, and then they're selling high volume into those gammas. So they're going to hold off a little bit, hopefully let the market regain a little bit of steam. But they've already done this, we'll see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So the more times they do that, even though they've only checked that institutional shelf twice, this is a pretty quick revisit. So other people start piling on. This is where you'll see, tests of, reversals. Now you got 55 up close to VWAP on the 2 minute, and you've got a gold line right behind it at 628. So that's an awful lot of thickness right in that secondary support if this breaks. Otherwise, you can expect more upper chart volatility as they shed. Because inevitably what they do is they'll step back and let the market, kill itself, and they'll be buying those shares. And I guarantee you, institutions will average down as well. So they'll push back to a reversion area, and they'll resize their positions, just like a bad day trade. So sometimes there's just so much fear that they can't do anything else. They'll step out of the way and accumulate some on the way down. So we're at a reversion point, closing on that 630, but there's no bullish side to it. We didn't crack the $30 mark and get into the 32s like there was that little congestion area on the way down. So as long as we're rejecting shy of the 630 mark, the market still feels confident. It wants to bounce, but it's not powering through. So we need to see, and this is all part of that shedding and repositioning process.
Not very big profit.
No, it's not. Like you're saying, that 628.50, we'll find out how strong that line is. But right now, if there's enough upper chart volatility, that's going to give way, and then you got to look at your secondary support of 628, which is the gold line. And then if the market can't figure out what to do with itself, and the whole thing kind of falls back on itself, there is a gravitational force field between 626 and 628 that the market sometimes settles in if it doesn't know what to do. If it falls truly bearish, it'll fall back into that $2 range. Otherwise, but we need to see if it's going to hold on to this primary support. So primary support at 628.50, secondary support at 628. And if it gives way, and it's going to have to break 3 strong levels of support, VWAP, 55, and a gold line. And if it substantially crashes through that, then you're going to see a range between that $2 range from 6 to 8. The market will try to figure out where it wants to go from there.
Billy Back, got a question or comment for Palm?
I do. Hey, can you guys just quickly point out what you're talking about as
what you call the shelf?
So, yeah, when the, go to a 2-minute chart since the first part of the day on SPY and show the opening price action. So you see how there was 3 pushes to the upside?
Yes.
Okay, and you see after the third push, it came back down and found support on the resistance of the second push.
Okay.
Which is 620 to 50, and then it went on to a new high, but not aggressively, and then came back. And as I was talking about it, I said it's going to come back to like 650.
Did you tell what's his name?
Mike,
So once it went on to a new high, if that high had gone more aggressive, then we would have seen it would have taken longer to come back and recheck that institution. So I just think I live in Florida, so I think it looks like a palm branch. You see this nice stem, to the upside, and it kind of fans out. So that first I just call it a palm branch because to me it looks like a palm branch. So when it comes back and finds that support off of the resistance of the second push, then it moves on to a new high. How powerful? If it comes back into a double top and rejects, that tells you that it's going to struggle to find a new higher day, and it'll most likely pull closer back to VWAP and try to find a lower level of support, possibly at the support of the second pullback instead of the resistance of the second push to the upside. Since it found support and where it did, it went on to find a new high, and then it comes back typically and it rechecks that level of support. The market's trying to see if that is now the shelf and where it can trade above that, and it becomes range bound a little bit, but usually if it taps it neatly and continues to climb back up, it'll climb back onto a new high of day yet, and it can be a confirmation of continued strength. So it did come back and tap it ever so gently, went on to create a new high of day, but it was pretty tentative. It got there pretty quick, but once it got there, sellers don't necessarily trust that it was just going to power on, another dollar or so, like its earlier movement. So once it got up there, I was talking about it as it was happening. I said I'm going to take it right here. If it continues on, I can always flip and go into higher. But because it is basically testing a breakout instead of solidly smashing into a breakout territory, I didn't trust that it was a solid breakout. I flipped it into puts, and then a bunch of other people took profit at the same time, and it worked out really, really well. So now it's telling you that that little bit of a prairie dogging right there, checking to see if it can move on to a new high, was immediately met with sellers. So at least for right now, it's a little range bound. Nobody's trying to power on to new highs, but it's not necessarily breaking that support. So this is where you get that upper chart volatility from. So it moved up 1, 2, 3, pulled back, found support off the secondary push to the upside. That's your first set on the shelf. Like I said, this is just complete bullshit that I made up as a palm branch, right? But then when it comes back, when it goes on, how far it goes in to test a new high, and even if it gets a new high, it tells you a lot about how the near-term trading is going to go on. So if it continued on with a lot of strength, it would have taken a lot longer to come back and find that institutional shelf again, possibly even early afternoon, and continued on to go to significant highs. Instead, it gingerly met a new high, came back and rechecked it, but it really didn't push strong to the upside. It really didn't push the downside. It came back and retested it, got its new high again, but nobody's trusting the breakout. So the market's telling you right now that where it's at is successfully repositioned itself and found equilibrium, at least for now. So unless there's news that causes it to dump, we can expect it to come back at some point and retest, VWAP potentially 55. Just on it, as long as institutions aren't driving it up, they're more likely to let it relax a little bit, but they're not necessarily going to let it crash out because they're pretty easily holding this range. So the whole attempt right now after that Friday Pancake Festival was reestablishing a higher price point and equilibrium back into a bullish direction, and they've successfully accomplished that, at least to this point. So now they would have to They can let it work around as long as it stays above VWAP, you're good. And we know SPY tends to flush VWAP, it doesn't matter. And as long as it gets back up, it stays above that gold line of 628, that's an accomplishment. And then potentially 628 to 630, depending on bearishness or bullishness of market sentiment, you'll see the other stocks follow with it. So it isn't necessarily going to trade on the specifics of its underlying securities, because we saw it outpacing its underlying securities for days last week. I mean, it got way past it. So to see some reversion on that, a stronger reversion when it's trying to outpace its underlying securities is perfectly normal. So this is kind of a recalibration. It's kind of a rebalancing act. So it went too far, too fast to the upside, got into the 40s before it should have. So getting smacked all the way back into the $20 range is not unthinkable. And we know SPY is one of the most volatile things to trade. So, but it moves, so you can make money on it. So that's all the theory behind it. So that's what you got right now. That's your range, and anything outside of that would have to be significant, because they're easily hanging on to this range. There just isn't a large amount of panic. You might see a couple red candles quick, but there's nothing substantial either way to tell you that the market's doing anything other than found equilibrium. And it is on the bearish side of the reversion for now. So if we can float up a little bit, maybe start challenging those 30s a little bit, that would be stronger. But after the stink of Thursday and Friday, the market's not going to be too eager to try to test that $10 mark, because it's already had a massive move today, breaking into $4 plus in any given direction during summer trading is already some pretty strong activity. But it's expected during reversion because it had such a big drop, on Friday.
Thank you.
Yeah, great, Paul. Yeah, thank you. That was a great explanation.
Now, for those of you listening for free, imagine the type of training you would get with your paid membership. All this type of thing goes on 12 hours a day here at AmericanDreamTrading.com. Our training and trading starts at 4 a.m. through 4 p.m. daily, Monday through Friday, Eastern Time. Palm is one of our training moderators. Imagine if you get to pick his brain for 12 hours a day. The man is a wealth of knowledge also. So this is just one of the examples of things that are available to you as a paid member. I assure you that this discussion will probably continue after we go off the air here in about a minute. Breaking news, you might want to watch Mr. T is announcing that he is going to be substantially raising tariffs on a big country on the other side of the world. It starts with an I, due to them buying the big countries that starts with an R's oil and then reselling it out in the open market. So there are going to be some more punishments going on there. So just watch the markets. It was just released a little while ago. Do appreciate y'all being here today. Hopefully Coach will return tomorrow if he gets over his illness. We are here live 3 times daily. Coach is live from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. I am live with the Futures Education and Training broadcast from 2 to 4 here on the social medias. And then we have the aftermarket show with our host, Dawn, starting at 5 p.m. Eastern Time over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading. Thank you all for being here today. Upon conclusion of this broadcast and any and all of our broadcasts, you can find a replay over on our YouTube channel, American Dream Trading, along with over 2,000 absolutely free training videos that you can watch at your leisure. Highly recommend you go to the tab that allows you to view by topic and start with the 2-minute EWO trading strategy. Thank you for all for being here. Remember, anybody you come in contact for the rest of the day, make sure you're a positive influence in their life while they're in front of you, because you never know what's really hiding behind that smile. You may be the only bright spot in their life, and so we want to take advantage and try to lift other people up, not tear them down. Thank you all for being here. See you same time, same bat channel. I will return, assuming my voice is still there, at 2 p.m. Eastern Time today for the Futures Live broadcast. Thank you all for being here. See ya.
Thank you, Mark.
Good job, Mark. Good job.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks, Mark.